pretty nice, but what makes you think you're qualified to sell technology? This is how my first interview went for the first sales job that I ever had. And it was true. I never carried a quota, never closed a single deal, and I really didn't know anything about technology. But in that moment, instead of backing down or excusing myself from the interview, I stopped and I smiled because what I did have was that I was in high school show choir. And I channeled my inner Alexander Hamilton and thought to myself, I am not throwing away my shot. So I proceeded to tell a story about the transferable skills that I had that made me competent for this tech sales job. And great news, I got the job. I spent 10 really fun, lucrative, and successful years selling technology before I made a big career pivot where I now teach sales and marketing here at UC. As an educator, my students ask me all the time, how do I get a job if I've never had a job? And what I tell them is what I want to talk to you about today. True, nobody's going to give you a job, but if you can visualize and picture the requirements of the job as missing puzzle pieces and be able to talk about your strengths, your experiences, your interests in a way that demonstrates you can do the job, it's yours. In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to teach you 3 lessons I learned in high school show choir that made me successful in my sales career and beyond. And my hope is to inspire you to go after something that you talked yourself out of because you thought you weren't qualified for it. Lesson number 1, it takes effort to look effortless. For the uninitiated, if you're not familiar with show choir, I want you to picture Glee, the TV show. In the Gallia Academy High School madrigals, my crew and we learned choreography and music all in preparation for our annual 3-hour variety show. Yes, my parents are still a little traumatized by this. And we put our blood, sweat, and tears into the preparation because we wanted to step on stage feeling really confident when we had to sing and dance in front of our family and friends. It's true in sales too. For every single meeting, I prepared an agenda. I anticipated what objections my customers might have. I even practiced the technology, all so that I could step into my meetings demonstrating that I was here to take care of my customers. Show choir and sales, they have a little something in common. They're both really high pressure situations. So if I needed a little pep talk to pep myself up and get ready for my meeting, I would sing to myself a little something from the musical The Sound of Music. I have confidence in sunshine. I have confidence in rain. I have confidence that spring will come again. Besides which you see, I have confidence in me. That was all I needed to be able to step into my meeting ready to take care of business. Lesson number 2. If you miss a note, smile and keep going. The audience doesn't know your choreography. No matter how many times we rehearsed, it was inevitable. Somebody was going to hit a jazz hand a little too early or get off key. What I learned is you can turn that into part of the performance if you smile and don't draw attention to it. Again, audience doesn't know what I was going to do. It's true in sales too. Salespeople and show choir performers have to be really resilient, be able to bounce back really quickly. So anytime that, let's say I was in a meeting and the customer found a typo on the proposal I had prepared, I found the most graceful way to handle this was to say, thanks for catching that. I'll fix it right now. And keep moving on. No big deal. Sometimes I lost deals. Not too often, but it happened. And the thing is, if you lose a deal, salespeople, we're optimistic. We always got to be on the hunt for the next deal. So in the moments where I needed to turn my energy around really quickly, I would think about Bye Bye Birdie. Gray skies are gonna clear up, put on a happy face. Wipe off that gloom and cheer up. Put on a happy face. And that's exactly what I needed to be able to start fresh every single day. Lesson number 3 is play to the back of the room. This is about adapting to your audience. In a live performance, it's all about the energy transmission. And it's really easy to see how the people in the front row are experiencing the performance. Thank you, everybody, for your attention. But there are people in the back row and in the balcony who paid for the experience too. So, good performers know you have to be adaptable. In sales, I could walk into any given meeting and have a couple of different personality types. There would be drivers. These people are real short on small talk, quick in making decisions. Then the expressives, big facial expressions, big gestures, long stories. The amiables in the room, they would nod along, make eye contact, but they're checking the temperature of the room to make sure everybody's in agreement. And then the analyticals, these people are poker face, giving nothing but skeptically fact-checking everything that I as a seller was saying. What I learned was how to create my own choreography so that everybody participated in the meeting and got what they needed. What I learned was that it was about giving people what they wanted in the way they wanted to receive it. Treat people how they want to be treated, not how I want to be treated. So, for the drivers, that meant executive summary, bottom line pricing. Expressives, they wanted to hear a story and understand how the solution fit into the big picture of their strategy. Amiables were happy as long as everybody's happy. And the analyticals, they wanted to try it themselves, a proof of concept in their own data center, and then lay off the pressure a little bit. If you can figure out in your own way how to adapt your messaging to the people around you, it's kind of like the musical Wicked said, you will be popular. You're gonna be popular. You know what? It's not about popularity. It really isn't. But the biggest compliment that I got from any of my customers was when they would say, Anne, I like working with you because I can tell you care. You really get me. Like I said, I made a big career pivot into another job that, on paper, maybe I wasn't qualified for. I'm an assistant professor educator of marketing now, and I use these 3 skills every single day too. I never walk into a lecture winging it. I always have my lesson planned and the activities I want to work with my students on because I want them to take me seriously and be able to trust what I'm talking about. If I'm having a bad day or have a bad class, I refresh my energy in between each class. And you know what? If things don't go to plan, I remember the students don't know what I was going to talk about anyway. I just make it part of the class. Lastly, even in the big lecture halls that I teach in with 250 students, I'm constantly observing to make sure that they're engaged. I notice what really excites the students and maybe where their eyes are glazing over a little bit and we need to do an activity. Here is my challenge to you. I want you to think about something, again, that you are really excited about, but you've talked yourself out of it. You think you're not qualified for it. Consider the missing puzzle pieces as things that only you can fill with your unique skills. You have to get creative with this, but I have faith in you. And then go for it. Be bold. Do not throw away your shot. Thank you.